Hi.
Hello, everybody. We are entering the semifinals, and lo and behold, Alex and Garrett are entering the semifinals with us. That is crazy and awesome, and I feel like everybody is in favor of this.
Yes, that is correct.
Also, this officially makes Miller the only team in our league without a playoff win.
Hey, Mir, your old team has a playoff win now, too.
Very true. Well, I wonder
it's not
how
your team
different
anymore.
this team looks from what he
Yeah.
ended with.
Major difference.
They had never made it to the playoffs ever, and they're in the semifinals. So they're one game off of making the championship. That is so cool. Alex was 3-25 last year.
The last 2 weeks, Alex has as many wins as he did last year.
Looking back at last week, Chase versus Alex. Both these games really came down to Monday night, and they were close. But Alex, before this year, he had 4 games over 130 points, never back-to-back. And he adds 2 this year in the most important weeks to secure the playoffs and then to get the win to go to the semifinals.
You think he can do it 4 times in a row?
That'd be a crazy run if he did. That would be like Chris's, was that 2020 run where he just absolutely demolished everybody? Yeah, 130, 170, 130.
That would be pretty incredible. Also, I know that Chase has to hate looking at the other side of the bracket, scoring 117, knowing that he could be in the semifinals, but he was on the wrong side of the bracket. Apparently, you did not want to play against Alex.
This is why, you never know, but the last week change in order of standings makes a huge difference. Chase and Aaron swapped at the last week. Chase would be still in.
And we mentioned before, the 2 teams that I did not want to see against me in the playoffs was Alex and Garrett, because they just felt like something bad was going to happen if I had to face them. And Chase, Aaron. Speaking of Aaron, coming in there at his actual average in round 1. Stay true to his colors. He got the bye week last year, and apparently in rounds 2 and 3, he absolutely destroys, but he can never get out of round 1. We went back and looked. Round 1, all time, 0-5, averaging 85 points, lowest ever. But then the other rounds, he's 2-0. He averages 150 points in the other 2 rounds.
Yep.
The best place to be in the first round is playing Aaron.
Yep.
And then best place to be in the other rounds is not playing Aaron.
Yes. Yeah.
Historically, your playoff run wants to be Aaron, Bo, me.
Yeah.
Then you'll win a championship.
Garrett's got a chance to Aaron, me, and then Alex or Kevin. He's got that almost lined up perfectly. If we look at the playoff brackets that everybody filled out, almost everybody is wrong right off the bat. Only 4 brackets are still completely intact. That would be us 3. That's why we're the elders. We know what we're doing. And Colt. Jacob is the only different one. He has me and Kevin winning the semifinals. Kevin winning the ship. Me, Kevin, and Colt. We got Alex and Garrett going, and Alex winning it all. Sorry about that, Garrett, but I think those extra 3 years of seeing Alex at the bottom just makes him a slightly more Cinderella story there. But honestly, either of these teams winning it, I feel like everybody's excited.
Yeah, no one should be rooting for me or Bo at this point. It should only be rooting for Alex or Garrett. I think it's awesome. It's a weird week right now. Usually when I get to the playoffs, I want to win, but this year I'm kind of indifferent. If I lose, it's not the worst thing because that means Alex is going to the ship, and that's awesome.
Yep. Sometimes the narrative is more important.
If I was here this weekend, I'd be taking notes when Kev is getting really upset when his team's just not winning these games. Yeah, we'll see how indifferent you feel on Sunday.
Yeah. I will say I don't want to lose because Alex scores 80 and I score 60. I want Alex to continue to score 130 plus, and he just beats me because he scored. If I lose 130 to 117, it's okay, Alex's team just did better. I don't want to lose because my team sucked ass.
Yeah, Aaron knows that feeling in the first round.
Yeah.
Other brackets there, Alex and Garrett both picking themselves. They also picked the other one to lose in round one, so neither wanted to see the other one in the championship.
Liquid Death, Cherry Obituary. 7.
But moving on to the semifinals, what we're all here for.
I'm not here. I didn't make it.
Yeah, I guess not all. What 4 of us are here for. No matter who wins and goes to the championship, it will be a brand new championship matchup. Obviously, Alex and Garrett have not been, but also me and Kevin have never even played each other in a ship. In the over decade that we've been playing fantasy football, we have never played each other in the championship. Obviously, nobody's rooting for that, but there is that option on the table. It's 2 separate games, obviously, but it very much feels like it's me and Kevin versus Alex and Garrett. It doesn't feel like 2 separate things. This feels like a movement of the people coming up to tear down me and Kevin.
Yeah,
Right.
it honestly
Tearing down the establishment.
Yeah.
it just feels like either Alex and Garrett both make it to the championship or neither do. And I don't know why it feels like that, but yeah, it is you versus them.
If you look back at the top 10 highest scoring seasons of all time, me and Kevin combined for 6 out of the top 10. And then if you look at the top 10 lowest scoring seasons of all time, Alex and Garrett combined for 8 out of the 10. The fact that they have turned it around and are playing me and Kevin in the semifinals, I am just a sucker for Cinderella narratives. And
this is like the 16 seed in March Madness. They've won their first 2 games. And so like you're like, okay, they have a shot. They're making the run. And then the 3 seed just plays them and wins. And you're like, all right, well, like if we win, it's just going to be like, oh, it's okay. Whatever.
Yeah. But if we do look at the individual teams, because it still does come down to that, Kevin versus Alex, all time. Kevin, you are 10-3 against Alex, averaging 119 to 89. But Alex did beat you this year, 119 to 94.
Little caveat there. The week we played, week 4 earlier this season, was the game that Lamar and Tyreek both got hurt. Which, if we go back to the little preseason form thing that we had you guys fill out, Alex said my team was all going to get hurt or get arrested. So, Alex, what voodoo bullshit are you on? And please stop it.
Yeah. Also, in that preseason form, Alex picked himself to be number 1. And we were all like, that's classic Alex. Look at that. That's hilarious. And he's 2 games away from being number 1.
Yep.
And then if we look at the playoff stats, Kevin, you're 7-4, averaging 129. And Alex is 1-0. He averages 131. I'm just
Yeah, that is very true. That's terrifying.
In that preseason form, one of the questions was who's going to have the weirdest strategy, like the bold strategy cotton question. Alex picked himself. And I don't think anybody knew that he meant even and odd weeks will get me to the semifinals.
Yeah.
That's a crazy
his
strategy.
was to win every other week.
And it worked.
It was very bold strategy.
Next game, me versus Garrett. All time, I'm 6-2, 127 to 94. Although Garrett beat me this year, 107 to 105. Fun fact, me and Kevin lost to both Garrett and Alex this year. So this is apparently not who we need to see in the semis at all. This is the 2 scariest teams we could have played against.
Yeah, and you guys are on the same division as them next year.
That is true.
This is the tops of next year plus Chase.
Yeah, we had 3 move up and 3 move down. Over half the league swapping. That is insane. Playoff stats, I am 5-6, averaging 116. Garrett is 1-0, averaging 89. But I'm 2-5 in the semifinals. So,
which is not great.
No. If I make it to the championship, that's kind of good news for Alex because I either lost or someone dies on the field. Last year, Garrett went 12-16, just missed the playoffs. This year, he went 16-12, which was a half a game off of the number 3 seed. If he would have beat Chase, he would have been number 3 seed, which is crazy. And he would be out because he would play Alex.
Yes.
This is such a weird feeling in these playoffs.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's the first time. I mean, obviously, I want to win, but like I don't think I'll be mad. I'll be mad if Bo wins. But like if Alex or Garrett wins, I won't be mad. It's like if Bo won, then I should have won.
Why did he get to win?
I thought we had an agreement. We were doing a Cinderella story.
It would be so cool to get a new champ. And if we get Alex versus Garrett, it's a guaranteed new champ, a guaranteed Cinderella story. Maybe someone dies on the field and we get 2 new champs.
That would be awesome.
You want someone to die on the football field, Kev?
But yeah, that's all we got. We only have those 2 games. That feels like one big matchup.
Yeah.
It feels a little bit like Star Wars, like they're the rebellion, we're the empire. Like no one's rooting for us, but we look cool. But it is what it is.
Yeah. If we win, the writers suck. This is terrible writing. What are we doing?
This could be part 1. You guys win, and then part 2, they come back and just obliterate you guys.
The funniest outcome is me and Bo make it to the championship, and then someone dies on the field again, and Bo goes to 1 full championship because he has 2 halves.
No, the only way that should ever happen is if me and Bo meet in the championship.
If me and Jacob tie in another championship because someone dies, I feel like that's like if we could bring Harambe back and like we're righting the wrongs of the past. We're getting back on the correct timeline here.
We're on the wrong timeline.
Yeah. Well, hopefully there's no deaths this week. Hopefully this isn't a disappointing, terrible Game of Thrones last season ending. We get some actual good production crew coming in here.
Cinematically, season 8 was great. Story-wise, it was a garbage can.
Cinematically, my team is awesome.
Yeah.
Like I said, we look cool. No one's rooting for
Yeah,
us.
that's what I'm saying. I was adding to it. You guys look great.
All right. Well, good luck, Alex and Garrett. Hope you guys score 180 against us.
They mean it. They're not doing that a little too,
No.
like
Yeah, there's no
reverse
psychic mind games here.
Yeah.
You can look at the brackets. Me and Bo both picked Garrett and Alex to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's also not like.
Yeah, that's also I don't know how to undo. I hope me and Kevin score 200 points against you guys, idiots.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now
There you
reverse,
go.
just in case.
There we go.
Yeah. You guys get it. Trevor Lawrence scored 60 plus points this week. How about that? You know what? Duval. It's like I want to try to sound like one of those little cruise ships.